Hi guys, welcome back to another video from Car Help For You. So in today's video we're working on a Toyota, and this one is a 2006 plate and it's an Aygo. However, it is a similar method for the 107s and the C1s. So what we're doing is we're actually changing the starter motor. Might sound a bit complicated, but it actually isn't. So I've already done this one, but I'm just going to give you a quick little walkthrough on what you want to do. So you know your starter's bad if the car's struggling to start or it's not starting and you've checked the battery, etc. So what you want to do to start with is you want to get a 10mm on that and disconnect your battery, and it just comes off. We haven't tightened that back on yet. You want to take your air filter away with your air box, because what that'll do is it'll create a bit more room for you to lean over the engine. That comes away by you push this tab down just like that. You push that one down, you push that one and that one. I do apologise for the sound quality. It's just we're actually at the customer's place doing the car at their house this time. So that might actually benefit for yourselves, because you can see there's a very limited tools and space and you can still get the job done. So once you've got them clips off over there, what you then want to do is you want to squeeze these two here. So if I can just get my hand into there and see if you can see them, see if I can get it in. You see they move, so what you do is you squeeze them and you pop that upwards, so that'll pop up. It's just sat in a rubber boot. There's one here which you just pop up lightly. This will all come away. You've got your air filter here, just take that away. Once that's all away, your battery's disconnected, so you've got no electrical power. You then want to get to your starter motor. Now it is a bit tricky doing the starter. It's easy for me because I've done them before. However, if you haven't done it before, it is a bit tricky. What you need is eyes in your fingers and a torch, a really good torch. So what you do, what I did, is I just dropped the torch down there and put it onto the subframe itself. So the torch was magnetic, and the starter is literally just this shiny silver one here. So this shiny silver one, as you can see, literally just that is your starter. Now what you want to do is you want to take the two bolts off holding the starter. So that's where your starter is. I'll actually get the old starter back and show you what it is. So this is your old starter that we've pulled out of the car, and it's fitted in the car somewhat like this actually. So you've got your two bolts here for your positive and your negative, and then connecting the solenoid to that. In order to get the starter out, you've got two bolts. These are 14mm. I would recommend use a ratchet with an extendable bar. If you've got a 14-inch deep socket, use a deep one. We were using impact sockets, so they are quite deep. And it's this second bolt down here. So what you do is you just pop that one out, and they are quite long, so pop them out. Once that's out, you then need to go over to the battery side. So where is it? It's literally just that bolt there. So it's this one here where my finger is. I'm not sure if you can see it clear. I'm not sure if that actually made it any better, but the bolt, where's it gone? Where's my finger eye? So it's not. Where is it? It's there. So I did have it right actually. So it's this bolt here. So it's literally that bolt. You can actually see the starter there, so you can see where it bolts onto the back there, and that's the bolt there. So that one needs to come out this way, which is this one here. So this one will go this way like that. That bottom one will go that way like that. However, what I do recommend is once you take that bottom one out, this one, loosen it, but don't completely take it off, so you've got a little bit of play in the starter. Then what I'd recommend is loosen this one off here. So them two are 14s. This one I believe was a 13. I'll just confirm it. Yeah. So you've got this one here, which will be a negative wire, is a 13. You just want to crack it loose, like I had it to about there, and because it was still mounted, there was no resistance. So you take that one off, and then that one down there is an 8mm socket here. So for the positive one, so here, yeah. So that's an 8. Once you've got them two cracked loose, you then want to go to here. Since the starter's still actually connected up, you want to go to here, and you want to quickly take this one off. This is a 10. This is actually a bracket which holds the cable. So take that one off. The bracket can hang, it doesn't actually move. It just literally secures it on. So once you've got that off, you can go back to this side and remove the bolt from this side. So once this bolt's removed, your starter might have to wiggle it off, because as you can see, we were stuck with grime, so we had to just tap it a little bit and it came off. We didn't use no specific tools for tapping it, just our hands. So once you tap that off, it will drop to literally just in front of the light there on the subframe. Then what you can do is just unscrew it. Obviously, familiarise yourself with the cables first. If it is your first time and you think you might mix them up, it is near impossible to mix them up. But if you do think you will, just quickly take a picture or something. But what you do is you unscrew them, move the wires out of the way. The new starter will come with new washers and nuts, so you don't need to worry, but still don't lose them. Just keep them to the side. Once you've got it to the side, pull your old starter out. So your old starter can literally just come straight up and out this way, but do be careful because you've got your brake servo pipe, which is here, and you've got your brake lines, which are there. If you hit any of these or damage any of these, you've got a brake issue. So very carefully take it out so you've got no issues there. So once you've got it out, you can set it down, or you can look at it, compare it with the one that you've got from your parts shop. Exactly what I did. I always compare all the parts, no matter how certain I am. Compare it, make sure you're happy. What I then did was I put it back down. Now you could either rewire it while it's hanging, while you rest it down, or you can put it back in. So what I did was I put it in that way and got it to sit. Once it actually sat, now you might not be able to get it sit first time, so just slowly wiggle it around a little bit and it will eventually just go straight in. Once it went in, I kept hold of it with one hand from this side, put the other hand on this side with the bolt and just feeded the bolt in a little bit. Didn't take it in all the way, just about halfway, so the starter was held up. Once I'd got that in, I'd then put my electrical connectors back on. These these do have a rubber boot on them to stop them from touching when the thing, otherwise your car will spark when your car's got power, sorry. So like I said, what you do is you get the bolt in this, put the bolt in from here. That the starter's hanging. It's not enough for it to bounce back out, but it is hanging. I put the top one in first, tighten that up with the ratchet, put the boot over it. When I was happy with that one, went to the power cable. When I was happy with that one, put the boot on it. I was happy. Then I got the bracket and screwed the bracket in when I was happy with it. You don't need to over tighten them, by the way. If you over tighten them, it will break. So I put the bracket in. Once that's tight, nice and tight, moved over to this one down here, which was a it was a 14. So tighten that one back in, tighten that nice and snug, came back to this side, tighten this one nice and snug, went back to the starter and give it a bit of wiggle, and there was no wiggle whatsoever. Double checked all my cables, was very happy with everything, pull the light out. You can then put your battery cable back on, fire the car up, or what I did was I put the battery cable back on, put my airbox back in, pinch the clip there to put it back in, push these all back on. Airbox is sat nicely, I'm very happy with that. Put the battery cable on and fired the car up, and it did fire up. Now I'm going to put the battery cable back on and actually tighten it where it needs to be tightened, because we haven't got it tightened. Remember, anytime you work on electrics, make sure you cut the power to the car, which is through the battery. If you guys do get stuck or anything, just give me a shout and I'll help you in the comments, no problem. But like I said, access is easy from the top, you don't need to get underneath the car. I do apologise for the sound quality, and if you get stuck, don't forget, just put it in the comments like I just said, sorry. Please like, share and subscribe, thank you. And this is for Peugeot 107, Toyota Aygo and Citroen C1 throughout various years. Anyway guys, please like, share and subscribe, thank you.